USL League One returns from its week-long break, and tonight it's two teams who have hopes of hitting the reset button following time off. Chattanooga Red Wolves and Westchester SC are just a couple of good results away from playoff positioning, but the question is, who will get started off on the right foot tonight? We're happy to answer those questions throughout the next 90 minutes. I'm Josh Lill, set to take you through this contest. Now, Red Wolves, they won 3 of their last 4 in the league heading into this match. Their most recent victory came at the hands of FC Naples. One critical foul drawn by Joshua Ramos set up Omar Hernandez from the penalty spot, and he would record the lone game-winning goal. Now, even though Naples didn't have a shot on target in the second half, Scott McKenzie still felt like this was not their best game in terms of possession, and he wants to see more resilience in chance creation when they win the ball back. And that sets up our player to watch, brought to you by WDEF News Channel 12. Ropapa Mensah, who Scott McKenzie views as one of the best finishers in the league since 2023. He's pumped to have him back, and he makes his 3rd start of the season tonight. Now, he recorded a brace against Richmond, and good run of form could be right around the corner for the Chattanooga forward. This is a team that needed a true number 9. They got it with Mensah in the offseason, and he should fit like a glove atop the formation with Matt Bentley. Over to the visitors, the play away from home. It's not been very kind to Westchester. The game in Spokane was the 6th consecutive loss on the road in league play this year. George Jokai knows a shift in mentality can help with the club's play on the road, but he's not one to switch up the team's routine in the middle of a skid by any means. Rather, he wants to use this game as a clean slate and a chance to take the pressure off his players. Now, their only win this year, it came in the US Open Cup on the road against Vermont Green, and they still are considered one of the best teams in the league in terms of scoring and passing. They have the capability to make the necessary adjustments to pick up points away from home. They'll need to continue scoring on early in matches, though. They have the 3rd most goals scored inside the first 15 minutes of games. Both clubs, they had to wait at least a week for this match. Can Chattanooga make it 3 straight in the league tonight? Or will it be Westchester who picks up their first league road win since June 18th of 2025? All hands on deck. Starters at kickoff up next.
This isn't just a team. It's a statement. We don't just represent Chattanooga.
Let's get it poppin', let's get it poppin'.
We run it.
Let's get it poppin'.
Built to battle. Fueled by pride. Driven by the pack.
Let's get it poppin'.
Chattanooga Red Wolves.
Why do you always seem to be on that last flight home? Why is the customer always right, even when they're wrong? It's because when it's your business, you're all in. And no one's all in with you like EPB. Only EPB is all in with 100% fiber fast internet that's always your best value. Plus experts all in to help you 24/7. We're all in Chattanooga because we're all in this together. EPB for your business. We're all in.
Through every stage of life, it's great to have a partner to help you take the next step. To open that first checking account, build credit, save for the future, plan for retirement, and create a legacy for those who matter most. From that first milestone to all the moments ahead, greater awaits. Bank OZK.
He shoots, and he scores!
We are just moments away from kickoff in Chattanooga, Tennessee, where it is currently 92 degrees at kickoff. It's a hot one, but it sets up a scintillating contest before us. Again, I'm Josh Lill. Happy to have you with us tonight. While we have a moment, let's take a look at the starting 11 for each club. Starting with the host Chattanooga, just 2 changes from the Naples match for reigning League One Coach of the Year Scott McKenzie. Ropapa Mensah and Angelo Kelly each get their 3rd nods in the 11 this year. It's unchanged between the sticks and on the back line for the Red Wolves. And with the insertion of Ropapa Mensah into the lineup, Pedro Hernandez is set to play a little more wide, but he's certainly versatile and can have an impact from the flanks. Expect Matt Bentley to stand out a little more in his hold-up game and playmaking tonight to allow his partner in crime to act as a true number 9. 4 changes in the 11 from the club's fixture last Wednesday against Spokane. Cohen Blumstein leads the line in his 3rd start. He scored 1 goal in his career for Westchester, and Luca Marinelli has stopped 71% of the shots he's faced in net this year. It's a fluid back line with availability issues. Coach Joe Kai noted that we could see this lineup feature a 5-back. Noah Powder and Max Jennings, you get scoring and playmaking on each flank, certainly to have a lot of prowess on the outside. And keep an eye on Connor McGlynn. He scored 4 goals in his last 4 matches in league play. Westchester in the white kits tonight, set to go left to right. Chattanooga in the red kits, right to left. Again, 92 degrees here at CHI Memorial Stadium. The wind is currently blowing 4 miles an hour to the south. Head official hands the ball off. Alex Billiter tonight. We'll check the watch, sound the whistle, and handle all the interactions on the pitch. It is Chattanooga to start. They look to make a statement. They certainly don't need the ball to succeed, but they'll be given it here to begin this match. We are underway from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Red Wolves, Westchester, and League One is back after a week off. Again, we're happy to have you with us tonight. We appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. I'm Josh Lill, set to take you the full 90 minutes. Plenty of storylines to unpack. Leline into the box, early chance for Chattanooga, and it's poked away. Well, Omar Hernandez was threatening, and Westchester got the message. They take away that clean entry, but Chattanooga, inside the 1st minute, end up with a corner kick. Red Wolves, they've certainly had issues conceding in the first 15 minutes of play this year. Half a dozen goals. As this one just goes straight into the area and right into the mitts of Luca Marinelli. In correction, it's actually they've conceded 7 goals inside the first. Westchester to start. After Chattanooga threatened early, they contain. 3rd all-time meeting between these 2 clubs. It's Red Wolves with the advantage. 2 wins and 2 tries. Westchester have only put up a goal in each performance. It's Bobby Pierre, who is on that back line for the visitors. He's the only current player on this roster that has scored against Chattanooga. And the Red Wolves certainly okay with giving Westchester the ball over the last 2 meetings, I should say. Westchester averaged nearly 72% possession. But they were only able to record 5 shots on target. It's a defense that very much can bait you, as Jonas Leline thought that ball went out of play. The visitors do keep it in. Evans looked for the give and go. He could not connect with Max Jennings in that near right corner. Lean to throw in his second year with Chattanooga. Very versatile player on the left side of this formation. As this one leaks through, it's McGlynn, centering ball, bouncing, and it's corralled after a couple of hops by Jason Smith. Really dangerous chance for Westchester. They were able to win it and create a short field situation. Westchester unable to keep it in, and Chattanooga take over. Now for our injury report, brought to you by Center for Sports Medicine. It's a laundry list for Chattanooga. The mainstays, Walefi and Jesse Maldonado, out for the year. And many other injuries to go along with that. Omar Gomez, the latest addition. For Westchester, Matias Molina and Mo Williams, lone members on that list, so it's fairly cut and dry for George Jokai. For Scott McKenzie, we talk about the turnaround that his team had from 2024 to 2025. A lot of that is they opted for a change in the character they brought into the building. They wanted players that really drove themselves with work ethic and joy. But the main challenge this year, it hasn't been bringing in the right personalities. They're actually all in the building. It's just staying healthy. They retained 15 players, but you saw the list of all the injuries, and mainly Walefi, the longest tenured Red Wolf, over 170 matches played, the all-time leader in appearances and minutes, out for the year. And that is a major loss for this team. Coach Scott McKenzie loves the energy and the values that his players bring every day to training and the match days. But now it's about picking up results. And even in the midst of all the struggles, they do have a winning record. 5 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw coming into this one. But it's a competitive League One this year. And they sit at 11th. Pierre plays it forward, it's intercepted. Ramos finds Mensah. Slow roller taken away. Max Jennings can reset. Again, him and Noah Powder set to cover a lot of ground tonight. This Westchester side, you talk about the struggles on the road this year. 0-6 in league play. Their lone road win this year came in the US Open Cup against Vermont Green. And the numbers, they're quite staggering between home and road matches in league play. At home, they've scored 20 goals, only conceded 7 times. On the road though, they've netted just 3. In search of their 4th, came nearly close today. And in turn have let up 13 goals. It's apparent in the numbers, but as we mentioned in our pregame, Coach Jokai and staff, they trust that the turnaround is right around the corner. There's no need to switch the routine. The last thing you want to do is change what got you into professional soccer. It's just trusting the results to come and continuing to power through each day. Right now, Westchester powering their way through the attacking third. Nothing to it as the ball finds the hands of Jason Smith. What a signing Jason Smith was a year ago. The former Utah Valley and Syracuse man ended up winning the Golden Glove in USL League One a year ago. 11 shutouts in league play. And a goals allowed average of .875. He's a stalwart between the net. Nowhere for Hernandez to go. Matthew Acosta, another second-year player for the Red Wolves. Comes to Jordan Ayambila. quick touch and given away. Blumstein tripped up. That is a foul against Acosta. Matthew Acosta doesn't like it one bit. He thought he got all of the ball and eventually backs away. Here's another look at it. A little bit of a shove from behind. And the head official all over that one. Again, Chattanooga have struggled to defend inside the first 15 minutes of matches in USL League One this year. They've conceded half a dozen times in that time frame. For Westchester, that matches well with their ability to score early on in games, as Evans lurking on the byline, and that cross steered aside. Falls to Pedro Hernandez. Matt Bentley. Pedro Hernandez, back to Jason Smith. Recorded the most shutouts for a Chattanooga Red Wolves goalkeeper in a single season last year. 12 overall. The most by a first-year pro in USL League One. There's Scott McKenzie, Coach of the Year in the league last year. And then Chattanooga to a 2 seed headed into the postseason with a record of 15-5-10. What an improvement he had from 2024. 1.011 points per game improvement between the two campaigns. That is astronomical. You do not see that every year. It was considered one of, if not the best turnaround in the history of the league. And on the flip side, George Jokai in his first year, second ever head coach of Westchester SC. Knows how to scout talent, was a key scouting team member in helping to build that player base for NYCFC as they had their launch season in MLS. And I had a chance to talk with Coach Jokai about that experience and what that can do in terms of his ability to recognize talent. And he told me you have to look beneath the surface. The obvious traits, goal scoring and passing, are easy, but he wants to see the amount of minutes played, the injury habits, resiliency, and of course, the characteristic of being a good teammate. Is that is important to invest in this culture that is already solidified and one of the better cultures in USL League One in Soccer County. There's Ropapa Mensah right in the midst of all that contact. Called for the trip on Miguel Diaz. And Westchester can set up shop in the attacking half. Miguel Diaz still on the ground, former Academy member of Red Bull New York. And like his head coach, George Jokai, an alum of St. John's, where he spent 3 years. Tallied 5 goals with 15 helpers in 43 matches. Plenty of St. John's talent on this roster. It's always a special connection to have with your head coach. Such a natural bond it can be, as Jennings the intended target. And Jason Smith handles cleanly. Bentley in pursuit. Can't run it down. Does wreak havoc there for Luca Marinelli. But it does no harm. It's a goal kick for Westchester. Watch the USL on ESPN2 July 11th for a Prinks Tires USL Cup interleague matchup. Championship club San Antonio FC aims to clinch Group 3 with a win over League One opponent Chattanooga Red Wolves SC, determined to spoil the party. Saturday, July 11th at 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. This is a young Westchester team. Average age is 25 years old on the dot. That's 6th youngest in all of USL League One. They continue to mesh after, again, just like Chattanooga, a solid amount of returning players to the club here in its second year, combined with plenty of newly acquired members of this team. One of those, Timchenko with the ball. Feed in, a little tugging and grabbing. Jennings. Leline defending. Jennings backs out. Can't connect on that overlapping run with Bauman. Timchenko. Resets with McGlynn. Interception. This is Chattanooga's bread and butter if they can get out of the defensive half. That has been a bit of the trouble. Scott McKenzie has talked about the importance of rewarding yourself for playing hard defense. He understands his side strategy. It's a defense-first team. There's no doubt about it. As defense wins championships, they want to be solidified, defending their goal as much as possible. But with that, when they win the ball, it's ever so important to give your backline players a break and allow guys like Matt Bentley and Ropapa-Mensah to create the actions going forward. But oftentimes, this is a Chattanooga team that lacks the ability to reward themselves in those exact spots and will often get pinned in their own defensive third, not even half, their defensive third, an egregious amount. But here they seem to break through. Leline on the ground, and it's knocked away. It's a second corner kick tonight for Red Wolves. Ball lands just outside of the pitch, and security team will head over to retrieve. Right idea here from Yanis Leline. Can't connect in the area, but it sets up Chattanooga at the corner spot, and they are one of the best converting teams here in the league, as this corner is brought to you by Pepsi. This year atop the league in conversion rate, just north of 20%. Given the chance, they know how to succeed. Also third in shooting accuracy this year, just above 51%. Maybe a team that doesn't see a lot of chances necessarily, but again, given the opportunity, they will punish. Each side with one shot and one shot on target. Both clubs have 3 box touches apiece. It's pretty evenly matched. But if you look at possession right now, Westchester with 70% of the ball. That is no surprise by any means. And possession against Chattanooga can often be a misconception. Not only do they want you to have the ball, but you may wonder why teams don't create a lot of chances against this Chattanooga team. Well, they conserve a lot of energy staying back. They stay compact, and they make it very tough to play through, over, and around. They'll get a chance on the offensive end here. Scott McKenzie described it to us as his team simply does not waste time getting where they want to. That's why you don't see those possession numbers really north of 40% on any given day. Of course, last year they possessed at a historically low rate, the single season low in the history of any team in the league, 35.76%. Well, that's low. Their chances of scoring here are quite high. It sits around the spot. Mensah can't turn and face. Hernandez in. It falls to Omar Hernandez, who winds up and narrowly misses. What a chance. It started at the feet of Pedro Hernandez. He was in search of Ropapa-Mensah, and the ball took a kind bounce to the feet of Omar Hernandez and misses narrowly, in search of half a dozen goals this year. Turn to CBS on Saturday, July 18th for a USL Championship Eastern Conference Showdown. Last season's champion, Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC, goes head-to-head with the 2025 Players' Shield winner, Louisville City FC, in a must-watch match this summer. Two elite clubs, one massive stage. Don't miss a minute of the action on CBS at noon Eastern on July 18th. Westchester on the prowl. They'll get a chance here after they foul from Jordan Ayambila. Kyle Evans a little shaken up. Out there with Miguel Diaz. Those two have been a regular on the front line. Although tonight, they miss Daniel Burko in the starting 11. Grab a drum, crash some cymbals, have some fun, won't you? Join that man in the stands, and if you have a drum at home, make some noise. This one's an exciting one. We're right in the midst of the World Cup and the knockout rounds. Belgium, of course, just stole the game to advance to the round of 16 against Senegal. A penalty issued just before extra time stoppage in the second leg of extra time. What a match that was, and of course the United States take on Bosnia and Herzegovina tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. But right now, it's Chattanooga and Westchester. Critical points on the line as we come back from the week off in USL League One. This one headed in, and nowhere near Jason Smith. Chattanooga come away unscathed. Chattanooga are aware of Westchester's ability to score a lot. It's a young and hungry team that had plenty of veterans on their roster a year ago, but more younger players around this year. George Jokai's first year at the helm. They're quick and speedy. And Chattanooga knows if they want to win this one, they have to dominate play on the flanks and in the wide areas. Josh Ramos with a critical takeaway in a moment where Westchester seemed to have all the momentum. They win it back. McGlynn with the quick touch. Takes a chance and it merely misses. Connor McGlynn got that one off his foot in a hurry, and out of nowhere it appeared. Just took a couple of touches and the confidence from the Westchester captain to take that one from outside the area. Sends a message to Chattanooga. They'll have to defend every spot on the pitch tonight against one of the most dangerous scoring teams in this league. Mensah goes down, draws the foul, and Chattanooga set up shop in the attacking half. Check out the new 2026 Chattanooga Red Wolves kit, along with t-shirts, scarves, novelty items, and much more at ChattanoogaRedWolves-SC.com. Omar Hernandez, after a little deception, takes the ball himself and makes it easy for Luca Marinelli. Marinelli, a conference Golden Glove winner and first team honoree at Sacred Heart. Both keepers in squad tonight, Marinelli and Andrew Hammersley. This is of Sacred Heart. Marinelli with just one shutout on the year. Ayambila with it. And if you watch Chattanooga over the years, he's really developed as a left wing back, but as of late, he's shifted centrally into that left center back spot. And that mainly is due to just the availability and the personalities that Scott McKenzie wants on the pitch. He talked about the abilities of Yanis Lelin and Jordan Ayabila along with Josh Ramos. All three of them are so key on the outside flanks for Chattanooga. They're so dangerous in service, 1v1, winning the ball, getting vertically and setting up Chattanooga as quick as possible, but there's only 2 spots to play wingback. Ayabila is so versatile, willing to play as a center back and give Scott McKenzie the luxury of getting all 3 players on the pitch. His pace and athleticism, truly one of one. Lelin curls outward. Back to wing back, Ramos onto this one. As Acosta trailing if he needs support. It's eventually taken away. Still 1 shot on target for Westchester. George Jokai would like to see his team have a little more awareness when it comes to recognizing the high percentage scoring chances. I mentioned his side, while they've had good looks throughout the year, I mean, they are the 3rd best scoring team in this league. They've taken service and shot attempts from not the greatest angles at times. He certainly wants to see his side commit a little more to taking those high percentage looks, making that extra pass and being a little bit more patient in the chance creation process. Wants to eliminate that impulsive decision making. But so far, both the shots that his club has had have been quite good. McGlynn had a nice test from outside the box. It did not go on frame, but it was inviting. Miguel Diaz, of course, with the lone chance on Jason Smith today. Flicked up by Angelo Kelly. Out of play, and Westchester and Noah Powder take their time to the throw-in. Powder, a part of that Northern Colorado Hailstorm side that won the inaugural USL Cup in 2024. Also a well-decorated player, a 2-time title winner in the USL Championship with Red Bull New York 2 and Real Monarchs. A proven goal scorer at the club level and international level. Over his career, he's had 39 caps and scored twice with the Trinidad and Tobago men's national team. When he came over to Westchester a year ago, you got a very versatile player that can really set the tone for, at the time, a first-year club. Someone that Eamon Zaya just a couple years ago in Colorado. Had that ability to use him as a winger, wing back, outside back, you name it. Finds himself in the starting 11 for the 7th time this year. Has yet to record a goal in 2026. Certainly has the ability to go on and get that one tonight. It'll be tough against a stingy Chattanooga defense that you can see just gets to the ball in a hurry. Always marking the 2nd and 3rd options. As that one somehow slips through. Could be an advantage for Westchester, and they lose it momentarily. Good recovery, Bobby Pierre. Almost wins it back. Bauman inside. It's left off, centering ball. It was intended for Max Jennings. It took a deflection and immediately found Jason Smith. He has certainly had his head on a swivel tonight, has gotten plenty of touches on the ball and has refused to cough up second chances inside the area for Westchester. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select the player's choice. Poked away. Bentley was ready to throw, but will opt for a teammate to take that duty. Well, it was an odd start to the year for Chattanooga. If you look at their schedule, they just had 4 games across all competitions between the months of March and April. Usually by May 1st, the team has played anywhere from maybe 7 to 10 games on their calendar, all competitions. The schedule was not so kind to Red Wolves as that's headed in and over the net. A whistle following this chance. And again, due to the high temperatures, you can hear over the loudspeaker a hydration break coming as Mensah went sky high into the air, could not connect. Following that, sets up our hydration break at the half-hour mark. We are scoreless between Chattanooga Red Wolves SC and Westchester SC in USL League One. The league had a week off, so it's good to have you back with us. Several other games taking place tonight. First right now, between Charlotte Independence and Corpus Christi. Charlotte has gone on one heck of a win streak as Matt Bentley talks things over with Scott McKenzie and company. Charlotte, who once trailed 1-0 against the Sharks, have taken a 2-1 lead. And are in the 5th minute of second half stoppage. We appreciate all the fans that have come out tonight to CHI Memorial Stadium to watch the Red Wolves take on Westchester, and there is a lot of meaning behind this match. And a big part of it is this jump across the table. Westchester, they've struggled on the road. They've been in a lot of close games, but they're not far off from getting off on the right foot. As it stands, if this result holds a draw of any sorts, they would jump up to 13th, but with a win, you could see jump into 9th. As for Chattanooga, they would be tied for 8th if they were to pick up. Actually, they would be out of the final playoff spot by a point, so neither side can get above the playoff line. But the message tonight is get close, get yourself within a result so that come the weekend, when you play your next match, you can take advantage of these stretch of games, having already played one and having those valuable reps. Very well could help in picking up a big couple of results this week. We mentioned Chattanooga had a odd start to their season, and in those 4 games across 2 months, again, not something you see ordinarily. They went with 1 win, 2 losses, and a draw. They've also played the lowest amount of games in the league, just 10. You're sure the games will continue on in the bounce house. I mean, what is not to love about a bounce house? You get football on a beautiful Wednesday night. Chattanooga, Tennessee, a bounce house, the sun is shining, the U.S. play tonight. Much excitement surrounds this beautiful game here on July 1st. It's hard to believe we're already halfway through this season. It has given us so much to be excited about in the first half and so much to look forward to from the tail end months of this campaign. Westchester looked to make the League One playoffs for their first time in existence. For Chattanooga, they were runner-ups in 2022, and last year went into the postseason as the 2nd seed and were upset by the 7th seed Portland Hearts of Pine at this very field, 1-0. And it put a season that was filled with so much promise, and the accolades given to Scott McKenzie as Coach of the Year and Jason Smith, a world-class performance last year between the sticks in League One. it put that all to a sudden end. And this is a club that's not ready to close the door on their success. They do have a winning record, 5-4-1, and seek a pivotal win tonight. Whereas for Westchester, they come into the evening now sitting in 13th with 4 wins, 7 losses, and 2 draws. But the importance is figuring out the struggles away from home. They're winless this year in the league, 6 losses in 6 matches away from home. They also have that same exact record in 1-goal decisions this year that have not ended in draws. They're 0-6 though in those as well. So games on the road, close affairs. It has not been the bread and butter for George Jokai's side. Tonight, again, they can reset the narrative. That is what it is about, getting on the right foot and using this match as a clean slate to wipe away the struggles that they've had in recent days. Pedro Hernandez has that one poked away. And he has stepped up mightily in the leadership role, wearing the captain's armband for the Red Wolves this year in place of Wolefi, who is out for the season with an injury. Pedro Hernandez, if you look at him on the pitch, a very versatile player, as we've talked about, can contribute in service from the flanks, as the other Hernandez, Omar, draws a foul right in the center of the park. Pedro Hernandez has been along just as long as anyone that's not named Wolefi. And it was funny enough, against Westchester in the last match of the regular season a year ago, that Pedro Hernandez picked up his 100th career appearance for the Red Wolves in a 2-1 victory against this very club. Also second all-time in Chattanooga appearances with 114. Could we see him connect and score here? It's Omar Hernandez on the ground. It falls to Bentley, and the flag is raised on the far side. Offside the ruling. Chattanooga with a good chance off that set piece. Unable to come through. Nice flick there from Acosta. It seems that Omar Hernandez has always had that keen ability to place the ball in an ever so perfect spot for his teammates off set pieces. That time the flag in the way of any positive chance for the hosts. Enter the Prinks Tires USL Cup Game Day Kip Sweepstakes for your chance to win a prize pack worth up to $2,000. Scan the QR code on the screen and enter today. Battle on that near touchline. Blumstein in pursuit, and Aaron Kinsner with a refusal to let his counterpart get to the ball. Blumstein spent much of his career overseas, both as a youth player and a professional, but debuted as a professional in North America last year with Westchester, and the second-year player the age of 26, in search of a breakout game. Evans didn't like the look in the area and resets outside to Goose. Bauman, excuse me. Bauman outside and off the head of Ramos. It was close to the corner flag. Not quite a corner kick. Alexei Armas now takes the throw-in. dry off his hands a bit. Doesn't want this ball to slip by any means. It falls to Westchester, chance from outside the area, and Smith leaps to protect, but had no need as it was off target. High press here from Evans and Blumstein. Ramos keeps. Mensa couldn't contain, but last touch by Westchester. And if Red Wolves could get Pedro Hernandez involved, this game could heat up in a really quick manner. Hernandez headed into 2025. He never scored more than 2 goals in a season across all competitions. And last year, netted one on 10 occasions. Could see one here, but it's Mensa taking it on his own and draws the corner kick. That one off the leg of Bauman. Chattanooga continue to threaten and have yet to find the net again. As Mensa gets onto his right, he's so strong, cutting inside with his inside foot. A nice job of Bauman and company to come to the rescue and prevent any clean chance headed right at Luca Marinelli.
Taken by number 7, Omar Hernandez. Brought to you by Pepsi.
On the Pepsi corner kick, it's Omar Hernandez, the designated man in these situations. With the sun in his eyes, outswing. It's off the head of Ramos. Service in, intended for Mensa. The defense gets there first. Hernandez sees daylight. Yellow card on the play, as there was no hesitation from Alex Billiter. And Pedro Hernandez gets an explanation. The head official very quick to her pocket.
Your attention please, a yellow card has been given to number 4.
Bobby Pierre with the yellow card. There's some action in the box. We saw Joshua Ramos, and he went up for that header. Might have collided with his own player, but it does stay with Westchester. This is a period of the game where Westchester have had success this year, but they've also seen a little bit of trouble as they get through. Slow roller, collected by Acosta. Westchester have conceded on 7 occasions in the final 15 minutes of first half play. It's an area where they've had trouble. Look to get on the right foot here tonight and maybe become a little more solidified in this specific range. Of course, the hydration break at the half-hour mark maybe helps a little bit with the reset. Maybe gives players a little more energy going the full length of this half. Angelo Kelly with the switch of the pitch to Ramos. Nifty moved inside. Flips it back, and it's an errant ball. Bilo tracks it down. Did not want a silly giveaway on that one. Acosta tests the vertical length of this defense. Quick touch and nice flick forward to Leline. Pedro Hernandez with it and had that nice dish. Angelo Kelly tripped up. And it'll be a free kick, a matter of a foot or two outside the box. Of course, the oohs and ahs drawn from the crowd. Eyes widen, jaws drop. It's so close to the penalty box that it's understandable many fans and players might think a penalty should ensue. There was a foul, but it was outside the area. It's a tricky spot. You don't want to overhit this. If you're Matthew Acosta or Omar Hernandez. Hernandez walks away from this one. It's Acosta's ball. Acosta going for goal, it's headed away. If you're Scott McKenzie, you have to love the aggressiveness. Acosta, a natural right-footed player. It was more of the ideal situation for him than the left-footed Omar Hernandez. Ayambila. Hernandez curled inside. And as the fourth official has indicated, we have 3 minutes of stoppage time left in the first half. Another corner kick here for Red Wolves. In Westchester, they've had trouble when it comes to conceding in the final 15 minutes of play in the first half. On the Pepsi corner kick, can they connect? It's a little overzealous on the attempt, but it's settled down on the far side of the pitch. That one lofted way over the head of Luca Marinelli. Chattanooga jock back on defense. Dennis Leline has been a nice addition on that left side of the back line last year. Maybe a little more in the midfield in 2025, but certainly on the back line this year, and again has that ability to get forward, cross, wreak havoc. He's been on the ball on many of occasions tonight. Third most touches in Chattanooga this evening with 25 for Leline. As Ayambila shields it and allows Smith to collect. Chattanooga have possessed just north of 41% so far. As that ball goes near no one and Westchester take over. Not a sight you usually see. They're averaging about 37% of the ball this year, compared to last year with their historic 35.76% possession rate. It's a defensive-oriented team that, with the little time they have on the ball, they do find success. But they're willing to let Westchester play with it here. The confidence that a goal would do here for Westchester could do wonders down the second half of the season here. But it is turned over. Pedro Hernandez takes that one, and it was deflected and out. Hernandez was drifting to his left, put on the brakes, cut inside, and a critical foot touch there from Daniel Baumann. Omar Hernandez. This one's low on the ground on this Pepsi corner kick. It's rejected immediately. The throw-in taken with urgency by Hernandez, who tries service a second consecutive time, and he runs into a brick wall called Daniel Baumann. And there is the first half. We are scoreless between Chattanooga Red Wolves and Westchester SC at the break. Each side has recorded 1 shot on target apiece. Chattanooga out front in total shots, but Westchester, they've controlled 57% of the ball. Can they find a way to break down this gritty Chattanooga defensive structure? Or will it be the Red Wolves who can finally connect in transition and put one past Luca Marinelli? Only time will tell. First 45, no score, but a lot of excitement. The heartbeats are pounding, and Scott McKenzie doing everything he can to will his side to a possible victory. Will Westchester pick up their first road win of the year? Stay tuned. Plenty of news around the league coming up at halftime.
This isn't just a team, it's a statement. We don't just represent Chattanooga.
Let's get it poppin', let's get it poppin'.
We run it.
Let's get it poppin'.
Built to battle. Fueled by pride. Driven by the pack.
Let's get it poppin'.
Chattanooga Red Wolves.
He shoots, and he scores!
Why do you always seem to be on that last flight home? Why is the customer always right, even when they're wrong? It's because when it's your business, you're all in. And no one's all in with you like EPB. Only EPB is all in with 100% fiber fast internet that's always your best value. Plus experts all in to help you 24/7. We're all in Chattanooga because we're all in this together. EPB for your business. We're all in.
Chattanooga and Westchester are scoreless at the break. The deadlock hopes to be broken by both of these sides in the final 45 minutes of play. But while we have a moment, let's take a look at news and notes from around USL. Plus, let's take a look at the latest USL experience.
I think Idahoans have been clamoring for something that is theirs.
Feel a big sense of responsibility to do this right. You only get one first season.
For me, without soccer, it's like there's no air. Having it here, I feel like I can breathe again. Boise's never had anything like this.
It is halftime in League One. Time to get you caught up on the headlines this week. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio. Charlotte Independence set up an amazing group stage finale in the Prinks Tires USL Cup with its 1-0 win over Greenville Triumph. Charlotte is tied with Charleston Battery atop the Group 6 standings with a head-to-head matchup against the Battery in round 4. 3 more League One clubs with a shot to advance to the quarterfinals are Spokane Velocity, AC Boise, and Union Omaha. AV Alta drew 0-0 with Corpus Christi last week, extending its unbeaten run in League One to 9 matches heading into this week. During that stretch, AV Alta has allowed just 4 goals with 5 shutouts. Now, in that game against AV Alta, Corpus Christi head coach Ayman Zayed worked his 101st League One match. Zayed has won 44% of those matches, giving him the best winning percentage of all coaches to reach 100 matches in League One. Upcoming national spotlight games in League One and the championship. Saturday the 11th, USL Cup finale between San Antonio and Chattanooga on ESPN2. Then a pair of matches on CBS Sports Network, Sporting Jackson Pittsburgh on the 15th, followed by AC Boise and Portland on the 17th. Then the big one on CBS Saturday the 18th. Pittsburgh hosting Louisville City. This is the USL Halftime Update. Let's get you back out to your match.
He shoots, and he scores!
Why do you always seem to be on that last flight home? Why is the customer always right, even when they're wrong? It's because when it's your business, you're all in. And no one's all in with you like EPB. Only EPB is all in with 100% fiber fast internet that's always your best value. Plus experts all in to help you 24/7. We're all in Chattanooga because we're all in this together. EPB for your business. We're all in.
This isn't just a team. It's a statement. We don't just represent Chattanooga.
Let's get it poppin'. Let's get it poppin'.
We run it.
Let's get it poppin'.
Built to battle. Fueled by pride. Driven by the pack.
Let's get it poppin'.
Chattanooga Red Wolves.
Through every stage of life, it's great to have a partner to help you take the next step. To open that first checking account, build credit, save for the future, plan for retirement, and create a legacy for those who matter most. From that first milestone to all the moments ahead, greater awaits. Bank OZK.
He is the USL Championship player that took the World Cup by storm. Miami FC goalkeeper Eloy Room made history with his 15-save performance in Curaçao's scoreless draw with heavily favored Ecuador. A World Cup record in a 90-minute match. The reaction went viral. A worldwide cheer for a team's success despite the odds. But there are two coaches in South Florida that saw it coming.
I'm surprised because I know what is the level in the World Cup, but also I know Eloy, I see every day, so I know the level.
Christian Blanco is Miami FC's goalkeeper coach. His specialty is developing younger players, but Room is different. He is a 37-year-old veteran who played nearly 200 matches in the top Dutch league. A wealth of knowledge, even for a coach. Where does Eloy stand in all of the players you've worked with in your career, and how neat is this to be a part of this?
It's my first experience with the World Cup, man, you know. And for me, I'm so happy for that. It's a big challenge for me in the beginning, to right now. So I try to enjoy every training, every single moment, because I try to teach something to Eloy, but he teach me a lot too.
He's capable of directing everybody from behind, and not only on the field, also off the field.
Room is one of the shutout leaders in the USL Championship with 4. He is a big reason Miami is in the playoff conversation at the midway point of the season. A World Cup interruption is an honor. For now.
We are super happy for his performances in the World Cup, but we are super happy as well to have him back as soon as possible.
Looking at scores from tonight and starting off, Charlotte Independence with a 2-1 victory over Corpus Christi. They were without Luis Alvarez, the leading goal scorer in the league, and it seemed to be no problem. They conceded a penalty to Blake Bowen in the 6th minute, and then in stoppage time, or I should say by first half stoppage, they completed the comeback and would end up winning that match 2-1. Other scores from throughout the night. Spokane set to take on forward Madison later. Spokane currently in the 5 spot, Madison in the 8 seat, so that's a good, tightly contested matchup. And Madison just 3 points away from catching Spokane in 5th. Lastly, the table toppers. It's a top 4 showdown tonight. Union Omaha, actually, we're just jumped by Charlotte Independence, so they're actually 2nd in the league table. They take on the 4th seed, AV Alta. Plenty of highly contested matchups today. It makes for an exciting return back to USL League One. We've got plenty coming up, including first half highlights, stats, and more. Don't go anywhere. We may be scoreless right now, but wait to see. Will this deadlock be broken? Again, time will tell.
Through every stage of life, it's great to have a partner to help you take the next step. To open that first checking account, build credit, save for the future, plan for retirement, and create a legacy for those who matter most. From that first milestone to all the moments ahead, greater awaits. Bank OZ.
Why do you always seem to be on that last flight home? Why is the customer always right, even when they're wrong? It's because when it's your business, you're all in. And no one's all in with you like EPB. Only EPB is all in with 100% fiber fast internet that's always your best value. Plus experts all in to help you 24/7. We're all in Chattanooga, because we're all in this together. EPB for your business. We're all in.
He shoots, and he scores!
Chattanooga, Westchester scoreless, and we are just moments away from the final 45 minutes of play. But while we have a moment, let's take a look at how we got to where we currently are. We may be scoreless, but there were plenty of good chances. We'll show you a few of them, and starting off, it was Omar Hernandez who would find himself, after this quick touch from Westchester, would take this out of the air and whip that one just to the left of Luca Marinelli. It was a great chance for Chattanooga, and we would remain scoreless. And then on the flip side, Westchester able to win this one in the attacking third, and it's Connor McGlynn, 8 goals in the league this year, just sits behind Luis Alvarez, was in search of number 9, and was defended heavily there by Matthew Acosta. And if it wasn't for the likes of the Chattanooga midfielder, McGlynn might have netted that one home. Then at the half-hour mark, Omar Hernandez finds himself in the mix again. This cross finds the head of Ropapa Mensah, and oh so close to recording a goal here in just his 3rd start of the year. We would remain scoreless for the remainder of the half. And taking a look at stats, I should say, through the first 45 minutes of play, Chattanooga out front in shots, but Westchester with the lone shot on target, and they've had 57% of the ball as well. They have yet to have a corner kick. Chattanooga have had 5, and it's only a matter of time before they convert. So for Westchester, it's important to continue defending the set pieces, but also start picking up some as well. Just one offside and a yellow card shown the way of Red Wolves 2. Well, we head back out to the pitch. Westchester currently in their team huddle. Chattanooga set to take the pitch here momentarily. Red Wolves set to go left to right now. Westchester right to left. Visitors in the white kits with dark letters and numbers. Red Wolves in the red kits with white letters and numbers. Daniel Burko, Dean Guzin, and Jonathan Jimenez in for Westchester. 3 substitutions at the break. Burko, a regular in that top 3 formation with Kyle Evans and Miguel Diaz that can wreak havoc. There's Jonathan Jimenez, number 27, set to enter the match. The reigning player of the week in USL League One. He had that brace in the 5-1 victory against Portland Hearts of Pine. So far, he is the only player on Westchester this year to record 6 shots in a match, and he did so against Hearts of Pine. What a day it was for him, and he looks to replicate his performance here in the second half. Dean Guzin, also a fellow Player of the Week award winner. Did so in week 6 with a brace against Sarasota. They are each onto the pitch, and it is Guzin to take kickoff. We wait the sound of the whistle. The watch is checked, the whistle is sounded, and we are underway for the second half of play between Chattanooga Red Wolves and Westchester SC. We're pleased to have you with us tonight. I'm Josh Lill, set to take you the final 45 minutes of this one. Each side desperate to break this deadlock. Mensa floods it through to Bentley. Recovered by Bobby Pierre. Alex Billiter, our head official tonight. Hasn't been too busy, just 1 yellow card this evening. And correction, it was made known at the stadium it was Bobby Pierre, but it was actually Eric Kinsner for a foul on a set piece as Chattanooga was attacking. Westchester on the move. This one muffed it and not even close for Jason Smith. Also, a stat correction was made. It was thought that there was 1 shot on target today for Chattanooga. They actually have had none. The lone test on frame belongs to the visitors, but an opportunity right here for Chattanooga to test Marinelli. Lelin draws the 6th Chattanooga corner kick. On this Pepsi corner kick, Eric Kinsner picked up his 4th yellow card in the first half. He heads into the box, stands 6'2". Jordan Ayambila, 6'1". And Ropapa Mensa, also 6'1". Certainly targets here on the corner as it's played in. Lelin settles it onto his left. Has daylight. Lelin on the ground, and it's collected by Marinelli. Good job of Marinelli to not budge too much, trust his positioning and stay central on that chance from Lelin. Now Westchester begin the build. They do immediately turn it over. It's Acosta with his eyes up the pitch to Omar Hernandez. George Jokai noted that he noticed successful teams in this league, they're consistent in their conversion rate, interactions on the ball, but also they have a limit in mental lapses and simply build that right culture around their team. The conversion rate not as high as Chattanooga's per se, as that's flicked forward off the head of Josh Ramos, and Marinelli set to boot this away. And while the conversion rates might have a great difference between these two clubs, the accuracy with which these two teams play with shooting wise, it's very impressive. Mentioned earlier, Chattanooga 3rd just over 51%. But Westchester's second at 52%. While that accuracy may be good, they certainly want to change one thing in the books, and that is picking up a road win this year, as that one's played on, and Marinelli lucky to not be tested, as that was quick off the head of a Chattanooga Red Wolf. Scott McKenzie's side has found a lot of life coming out of the locker room this year. They've scored on 5 occasions in the first 15 minutes of play in the second half, and would love to get these fans out of their seats jumping and cheering, but they sit in anticipation for what is to come in this one. The empty scoreline sets us up for an exciting finish here at CHA Memorial Stadium in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Major points on the line for either side, or for both sides, I should say. For Chattanooga, a win would put them 1 point out of 8th place, which is the last spot in the playoffs, and for Westchester, they would be 2 points out of 8th. Acosta called for the shove. He's had a few infractions of that exact manner tonight on a couple of occasions. If Westchester can get on the board, history is quite kind to them this year. Guzin had to slow himself down. No one to retrieve in the corner. And it's not an ideal giveaway for the visitors. Mbila. Liked the look with Pedro Hernandez initially. Turned over to Westchester. They'll test the full length of the pitch. Don't know if the players realize that one still stayed in play. Powder called for the trip. He thought he caught a bit of the ball, and is shown the yellow card. First one against Westchester. Powder's into the books and is not done, and certainly not mincing words with head official Alex Billiter. So there's the trip on Pedro Hernandez. He simply goes to check on the player, and then there's the dissent committed against the head official. In the moment, you could see the words coming from Alex Billiter's mouth, telling Mbila, or Powder, excuse me, to back off and avoid a second yellow. The write-up continues. The pen is put away, the card in the pocket. And it's time to shine here for Omar Hernandez. He tests the full length of this half, and Ramos, in a crafty manner, draws a corner kick. Played that ball out of the air and then right off the back of the defender. He had a quick little smile about it. Ramos so crafty getting to the ball. Gives this Chattanooga an edge on the outside flanks and allows them to play this unique style of soccer that gives them so much success. As Hernandez to the backside on this Pepsi corner kick. Rolls out, Lelin, denied. Lelin again out of the air and rejected. Acosta. Lelin. Jennings defending. It's off ahead. Ayambila. Kinsner. With the layoff to Lelin, it's on the ground! How did that get in? What did we just see from Chattanooga?
Number 23.
Giannis Lelin credited with the goal. His first of the season and his third all-time with Chattanooga. It's on the ground and it's deflected off the leg of a defender. It's hard to see in the moment, but a critical error committed by Westchester, and the momentum is all the way of the hosts. We're waiting on an official ruling if that'll stand as an own goal. But based on it, it certainly could be. But we will be patient and wait for the stat keepers to give us the ruling. For now, Lelin credited with the goal. So Tim Timchenko was the player that deflected the ball into the net. And we'll wait to see whether or not that stands as a goal for Lelin or an own goal against Timchenko. Giannis Lelin has been at the forefront of the build and a concrete member of this defense that concedes so little. A simple cross turned deadly in the eyes of Westchester. It's already hard enough to score against a team that's willing to sit low, play without the ball, and now trailing. The comeback certainly will be made that much harder. No official ruling yet from our statisticians. It actually has just come in. It is an own goal against Tim Timchenko. So brownie points today for Giannis Lelin, but he won't get the goal. There's an injured man right now. Number 4 Red Wolves right in the midfield. The training staff motioned on by Alex Billiter. Angelo Kelly, the man down for Chattanooga. A Players' Shield and League One title winner last year with one Knoxville. A staple in their midfield and took a late sliding collision from the backside. A Westchester player. Kelly often very good in bringing the ball through the phases, especially from the defensive third into the attacking third. Veteran of 33 years of age, signed May 1st to a 25-day contract, and of course that would be extended. And Scott McKenzie recognized the impact that Kelly can have. Of course, you look at the Smoky Mountains SmackDown series between Knoxville, one of the biggest rivalries in this league. Kelly oftentimes has faced Chattanooga, but joins them here in 2026, and it's good to see he's back on his feet. Kelly, funny enough, part of Asheville City for the early stages of 2026. He was actually on the team when they lost at penalty kicks to one Knoxville, funny enough, in this year's US Open Cup. Nice little ribbon to tie it all together. He's competed against his former club and now plays for their rival. He's shaken but not stirred. Jogging on that far flank and will await further entry from the fourth official. We're back underway. Leline. Right to Marinelli. Soccer season is here and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. At the hour mark, Chattanooga up 1-0. Own goal committed by Tim Timchenko, but it'll be Yanis Leline credited with the creation. His cross knocked into the twine. It's Bobby Pierre. Jimenez, the reigning Player of the Week award winner. Timchenko. Guzin. Samori Powder, brother of Noah, set to come onto the pitch for the visitors. They sit in the attacking half and wait for that right spot to open up. The hosts have not given it to them. Bauman outside. It's crossed in. Jimenez there. Ramos goes down. Little Ginger back to his feet. Noah Powder in search of Jennings. Collected by Bauman in a tough spot, and Chattanooga pry it free, and Leline clears. Errant ball, and Chattanooga will be happy to collect. Here is the substitution. Samori Powder will join his brother on the pitch. He'll check on for Max Jennings.
Number 7 from Westchester.
Samori Powder, once a Player of the Year in USL League Two in 2022, and an All-Horizon League player at University of Detroit Mercy. Checks on in relief of Jennings. Westchester thought they had a chance to run free. Not after the foul drawn by Angelo Kelly. If Westchester could get Connor McGlynn going, it would be huge for the attack of the visitors. Turned over and won by Pedro Hernandez. Ramos to his left. Opens it up. Chattanooga willing to take a shot, but it is a yellow card and now a deadly free kick spot. It's Bobby Pierre. Pierre in the books. Chattanooga in a nice spot for a set piece. It's Ramos. He drew the penalty that helped win the match against Naples. He's tripped up a matter of inches outside the 18-yard box. There it is officially. Pierre's third yellow card in league play this year. Wouldn't be surprised to see Omar Hernandez take this one, but there's so many Chattanooga players that are deadly from the free kick. It could take, and there's the distance of the wall that Alex Billiter draws out. That one very close to the 6-yard box. And if you're Omar Hernandez, that top left corner could be key. It would be tough. Might be what Marinelli's expecting. As Alex Billiter gives final instructions to the wall of Westchester, and Pedro Hernandez, the captain for the hosts. This could be Omar Hernandez's time to shine. The whistle sounds. It's Hernandez going for goal! A golazo in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Oh my, Omar Hernandez. Josh Ramos, for the second consecutive match, draws a foul that leads to a set-piece goal for Omar Hernandez. You see so many times you walk into a museum, an artist's picture, it's painted perfectly. And that time, a picturesque finish from the Chattanooga forward. 6 goals on the year for Omar Hernandez. And he drops jaws here at CHI Memorial Stadium. That was simply earth-shattering from the Dalton, Georgia native. He's 25 years old, but many knew the talent that Hernandez possessed at a young age. A former Gatorade National Player of the Year in 2019, and a state champion at Dalton High School. Last year scored 7 goals. Already at 6 now. Hernandez continues to put on a display week after week here in USL League One. This one poached away. Angelo Kelly, space to run. Matt Bentley faked the inside run, works outside, and that cross off of Pierre and out for a corner kick. Corner kicks are brought to you by Pepsi. And Chattanooga look to continue this insurmountable lead that they have built against Westchester. They're so tough to play through that when they do get any sort of scoring advantage, makes that match even more tough. Here it is, Omar Hernandez. Within swing, back post. It looked true and falls to Kelly, who quickly plays it forward. Westchester were ready for it. On the field, smart decisions win games. Off the field, smart decisions save lives. If you've been drinking, do not drive. Pass your keys to a sober friend, call a rideshare, or take public transit. Fans, don't let fans drive drunk. A reminder from the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security. Lombardi and Wine and Wessels ready to come on for Scott McKenzie. We'll see if this is the moment. Chattanooga have 4 wins in the 4 matches they've scored opening goals in league play this year. Westchester, the 5 times they've conceded first. They've lost on every occasion. 6 times, excuse me, when they've conceded first. 5th time on the road. The road woes continue for Westchester. Still plenty of time as we're in the 70th minute. A quick answer will be needed.
Into the match for your Chattanooga Red Wolves, Aaron Lombardi.
Aaron Lombardi and Wine and Wessels, there they are, ready to come on for Scott McKenzie. Lombardi has started twice on the year. Once a runner-up in 2022 when the team lost in the final to South Georgia Tormenta. Scored a couple of goals a year ago and looks to add to the stat sheet late. And as for Wine and Wessels, was a standout at Gardner-Webb. Had that game-winning goal to send his school to the Big South Conference Finals for the first time in 13 years, something that his school and former teammates will always remember. Had 4 helpers a year ago and has yet to record his first professional goal, so we'll keep an eye on that. Evans there. And it's given away. Westchester can take over.
Be sure to stop by Super Carniceria Loa for Chattanooga's highest quality of meats for this summer's barbecue season.
Tough sequence that opened the scoring line for Chattanooga in the eyes of Westchester. One goal committed by Tim Timchenko. As Yanis Lelin was passing a ball into the area. It's Timchenko now. Guzin quickly forward. That is a nice ball. Catches the run of Samori Powder.
Learn more at sportmed.com and let's hear it for the team behind the team. Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, Urgent plus Ortho Walking Clinics.
Evans, the former Marist University man, had a team-high 7 goals a year ago. He scored 2 across all comps this year for Westchester, and could be a big part of unlocking the attacking game tonight for Westchester. But every time it seems they're ready to run into the attacking third and take advantage of an opportunity. Chattanooga are there with their quick feet to poach it free. It's Lelin. Hernandez. Hernandez, triple teamed. Smartly delivers to Lelin. It's loose to Powder. Burko quickly forward and gives it away. It's a front three that George Jokai has a lot of hope for. When Kyle Evans, Daniel Burko, and Miguel Diaz play together. Certainly one of the most formidable front 3 lineups in the league, as Jimenez wants a handball. Won't get it as Lelin retrieves. But you look at Kyle Evans, very much a 2-way player that always is at full throttle. You'll see him drop deep into the formation wearing number 83, and all of a sudden be right at the front of it all, creating in the area. We'll see if he hops in here to help out. He does. He's on Omar Hernandez. Timchenko plays that one away. A chance. Oh, a good shot. Marnelli got a piece, and Chattanooga head to the corner spot. Touched by Timchenko, and how about Wine and Wessels? We talked about the fact that he has yet to record his first professional goal and was pretty darn close on that take. Omar Hernandez on this Pepsi corner kick. What does he have in store for us? In swinger, it's leveled low and intended for Lombardi. He claims it took a touch off of Bauman, and that is the case. Another Pepsi corner kick. Another chance for Omar Hernandez. It sits. Cleared by Jimenez. Leline. Finds the run of Kelly. Can he keep it in? Yes, he does. It's Leline again. Good shiftiness there from Jonathan Jimenez. Nearly found the run there of Alexei Armas. Another quick deflection and a turnover for Chattanooga. And the flag up for offside against Pedro Hernandez. Can watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Over to go for Kelly. Chattanooga keep. Both teams head to the bench. One more hydration break as we're in the 76th minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention
Back to a point we were starting to bring up before Chattanooga began their attack. But the front three is a group that George Jokai is really excited about, as you can see Chattanooga there. Just 15 minutes and change away from walking away with all 3 points in this one. Let's look at all the action here in the second half, and it started here on the own goal committed by Tim Timchenko. Yanis Leline on the give and go there at Kinsner. Timchenko sticks his leg out and puts that one right by his own keeper. That would make it 1-0 Chattanooga, but they would not be done. From own goal to pure beauty in this beautiful game. Omar Hernandez finds the hole in the wall, and the lefty just curls that one into the top corner. That's as good as it gets. If you're Omar Hernandez, he now leads the team with 6 goals in league play this year. And Scott McKenzie imploring his guys to finish this match strong. He knew the key tonight was unlocking play in the wide areas, and that's how the own goal was created. As for Westchester, struggles on the road. They've carried over into this one, but still plenty of time to right the wrong. If you watched Belgium-Senegal earlier this afternoon, Senegal was up 2-0. When the 80th minute struck, Belgium tied it, sent it into extra time, and would eventually win it on a PK. Right as extra time was ending at the 120th minute. That, of course, the latest example of how this game can change on the flip of a dime. That's where guys like Kyle Evans, Daniel Burko are going to be key in aiding a successful finish to this match. Talked about the two-way player that Evans is. Miguel Diaz described as very opportunistic, a quick, dynamic forward for George Jokai. As for that front three, and really the attack as a whole, It's to see his frontline players combining just tighter spaces overall. Maybe read cues a little better, but again, they're very threatening. They know how to get down the pitch quickly. Now it's about breaking down teams just a little bit more. This one's played in. Hernandez in pursuit. The 80th minute. Chattanooga up 2-0. Where would they stand in the table if this result holds? They would jump up to 9th and trail Madison by just 1 point for that final playoff spot. They came in riding a 2-game win streak, having won 3 of their last 4, where they've outscored their opponents 10-4. Picked up 2 shutouts and well on their way to their 3rd. They've seen about 4.5 shots on target per game, and they've converted beyond 26% and shot over 54%. When this team is on, they are locked in. Losing a little frustrated. There's Chattanooga keep. Westchester came into today with 1 win, 5 losses, and 2 draws against teams with a record of over 500. Chattanooga is of that category. This would be their 6th loss in that sense, as Ramos dispossessed. Just 1 shot on target tonight for the visitors. They have led in final 3rd entries. Again, they've been able to get into the right spots, but it's that final pass, or the pass that leads to the pass, that could see a goal. It hasn't quite connected tonight. And Pierre keeps Chattanooga away from goal. They've seen 56% of the ball. And of course, have passed at a higher rate than Chattanooga. But late here find themselves in their own defensive 3rd.
Coming in for the Chattanooga Red Wolves, Grayson Mercer, number 9, and number 19, Nathan Donahoe.
Substitutions ready here for both sides. Nathan Donahoe in for Scott McKenzie. Donahoe, the 20-year-old from Nashville, signed an academy deal in March. Made his pro debut against Corpus Christi in the first round of the USL Cup. Just his 3rd appearance in the league this year. Has only played 8 minutes. This will be by far the most he's played in a match this year. Having just appeared for 1 minute in that professional debut. The touch from Donahoe. Unleashed up ahead. Mercer. Almost back post. Still Lombardi. Lombardi. Nearly caught the head of Donahoe. Floats right over the spot, and Westchester clear. Yellow card shown. Let's take another look here at what happened. A bit of entanglement.
Stepping into the match for Westchester.
Jordan Ayambila all over the back there of Daniel Burko. Felt like there was an equal amount of contact, but nonetheless we play on. 6 minutes until the announcement of stoppage time. Play resumes with Evans. Kyle Evans around. Evans outside and right between Powder and Guzin. Hayden Bora on for Westchester, and he was a player that Coach George Jokai was very excited to get back in the squad with all the injuries they've suffered here in the early parts of 2026. He's been ever so impressed by Bora, who also spent time at St. John's, just like Miguel Diaz and Coach Jokai and a couple other of these Westchester players. Timchenko. Another miscommunication, another turnover to Chattanooga. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Chattanooga in pursuit of the shutout. Westchester in search of a late heroic comeback. Jason Smith has only needed to make one save today. Hernandez shoved off the ball. And last a touch. Good physical play there from Jimenez. He's quick to throw in. Burko no room and draws the corner kick. Pepsi corner kick here. It's Samori Powder. It looks promising and steered aside by Chattanooga. Noah Powder takes it and puts that one near the video board. Time running out on the visitors. If this result holds, they'll fall to 1-8 on the road across all competitions. Coaching staff knew the challenge it would be to face Chattanooga tonight and their ability to limit the counter press. And that one's played through, and the flag eventually raised, and what an exciting moment there for Nathan Donahoe on a brief moment. First-year pro, only had a chance for his first professional goal. It is Donahoe. Donahoe has it taken away. Hayden Bora, good one-on-one defending. In a bit of trouble. It breaks free. Guzin hounded. Chattanooga continue to press through. Donahoe with it. Right idea with the central entry to Mercer. Foul against Chattanooga, and the crowd disagrees, as crowds often do, for their home team that they support for. In just a few moments, they're ready to erupt, as their side will make it 3 consecutive. Chattanooga have knocked off Portland Hearts of Pine and FC Naples recently. The results starting to come in bunches for Scott McKenzie, who knows that injuries are really the only thing in the way of his club making a run for the top spot in the league this year, as another late yellow card against Chattanooga shown to Josh Ramos. There has to be a stat out there for Josh Ramos drawing fouls in consecutive matches that have set up Omar Hernandez goals. There will be 4 minutes of added time. Maybe a little bit of breathing room here for Westchester if they wish to cut the deficit in half.
Ladies and gentlemen, your fourth official has given 4 minutes of stoppage time.
Armas, it's low, it's promising, and it's just to the left of Jason Smith. It was 92 degrees at kickoff, and even as the sun is setting here in Chattanooga, it is 87 degrees as that one got through the crowd, but not accurate enough. Donahoe attempting to fight through the contact and bodied away by Bobby Pierre. Pierre, who stands 6'2", stands tall over Donahoe. Up next, Chattanooga will go on the road to face Corpus Christi on July 4th. On the 250th birthday of our country. We lost 1-0 to the Sharks back in April, as Blake Bowen had the lone goal to pick up their first win in that series. And as for Westchester, they'll go home to face AC Boise. And Westchester, they've been quite good at home this year, as Kinsner draws the corner kick. They'll go home in hopes of starting fresh and again picking up pivotal points late in the second half that will not be started on the right foot here. It's Powder winds up, and Hernandez was there. Pedro to be specific. Evans, crafty volley off a couple of defenders. For all the bells and whistles that Westchester have pulled out on the attacking end, it has not been enough to get through the Red Wolves. Nice layoff from Powder. Evans inside, and Kinsner there. Almost blocked. That ball had wicked bounce. We play on this ball, sitting on the far flank. It's Ayim Bila, just as he used to be as a left wing back from his center back spot, going the full length of the pitch and content with wasting precious seconds off the clock. A heated battle there with Aiden Bora. It's Timchenko out to Pierre. Bobby Pierre. Jimenez. Jimenez with it. Finds the run of Burko. Could Westchester wreck the shutout? Very much possible. Kelly says otherwise and clears. We've hit the 4 minutes. Maybe one more chance here for Westchester. Almost outside. Guzin. Not a lot of room on that far flank. It's turned over. And Chattanooga can taste victory. They await that sound of the whistle. There is the final whistle. Make it 3 in a row for Chattanooga Red Wolves. They've knocked off Portland Arts of Pine, beaten FC Naples, and after the week off in USL League One, Omar Hernandez and company have struck gold and defeated Westchester for their 3rd straight league match. They now have 3 victories and 3 tries against Westchester, and that man, Omar Hernandez, is tonight's Riverside Beverage Man of the Match for a scorcher that would put this one out of reach. So much to celebrate for Scott McKenzie and company. The results starting to come in his favor. And the team that finished 2nd a year ago, led by the reigning Coach of the Year, seemed to be on a turn for the better. Stay tuned, we'll have full-time highlights and stats coming up next.
Why do you always seem to be on that last flight home? Why is the customer always right, even when they're wrong? It's because when it's your business, you're all in. And no one's all in with you like EPB. Only EPB is all in with 100% fiber fast internet that's always your best value. Plus experts all in to help you 24/7. We're all in Chattanooga, because we're all in this together. EPB for your business. We're all in.
He shoots, and he scores!
Through every stage of life, it's great to have a partner to help you take the next step. To open that first checking account, build credit, save for the future, plan for retirement, and create a legacy for those who matter most. From that first milestone to all the moments ahead, greater awaits. Bank OZK.
There is no better scene in USL League One than in the Smoky Mountains where the Chattanooga Red Wolves reside, and it's where they pick up their 2nd consecutive shutout and 3rd straight win in league play. Let's look at how we got to this 2-0 result. Full-time highlights are brought to you by CHI Memorial. Starting things off, Giannis Lilin. He had his handprints all over this match. A stellar crosser, and it would be his service that would help record the first goal. It was an own goal committed by Tim Timchenko that would give Chattanooga the lead, and that one may not go on the stat sheet for Giannis Lilin, but he'll get brownie points for creating that chance. And then just beyond the hour mark, another free kick drawn here on the foul by Josh Ramos. Well, Josh Ramos, he drew a penalty kick last match that led to an Omar Hernandez goal, and that happens for the 2nd consecutive match. That's our play of the match, brought to you by Tennessee Highway Safety Office. Omar Hernandez with now a team-high 6 goals in league play. And that is as good as it gets if you're any sort of football player. Taking a look at full-time stats. Chattanooga with the 2-0 victory. Back-to-back shutouts as they do so against Naples and now Westchester. They led in shots, and they only conceded 1 shot on target this game. That came back in the first half. And for a team that averages 37% of the ball, to go 42%, they had a little more control tonight, and they did a lot with their chances. It's part of the reason they created 10 corner kicks compared to Westchester's 2. 5 total bookings tonight between both sides, and Chattanooga, they were certainly aggressive up top. They had 3 offside calls against them. Red Wolves go on the road to face Corpus Christi up next, and Westchester go home to face AC Boise. But tonight, the final. Red Wolves, for the third consecutive time, win a game in League One and shut out Westchester SC. A huge thanks to our entire production crew for making this broadcast possible. We say so long from Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm Josh Lill. Chattanooga win 2-0. Have a great night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.